Hello. Did you have a great sleep last night? Comment 2 to let me know. Tonight, let me guide you into the serene world of Buddha Gautama's sleep. Just hit like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll help you drift into a peaceful slumber. Long ago, in the serene Jada Grove, a weary disciple approached the Buddha with a fatigued expression. He said, "Venerable Lord, I cannot sleep well. Each morning, I wake up with a heavy heart and an exhausted body. Please teach me how I can sleep deeply and wake up feeling refreshed and energized." The Buddha smiled and replied with a compassionate voice, "My dear disciple, sleep is not merely the rest of the body, but also the stillness of the mind. If your mind remains unsettled, like ripples on the surface of water, your sleep will not be deep, no matter how still your body lies. To wake up with renewed energy, you must practice mindfulness even in your sleep. To achieve this, remember the following. 1. Letting go of worries before sleep. One evening, under the serene shade of the Sala trees in the Jada Grove Monastery, a weary disciple approached the Buddha. His face was drawn, his steps slow, burdened by the weight of unseen struggles. With a deep bow, he spoke, "Master, I lie awake each night, my mind a storm of thoughts. Even when my body rests, my heart feels heavy and my spirit exhausted. Each morning, I wake up more tired than before. I beg you to teach me the way to find true rest." The Buddha, with his infinite compassion, looked at the disciple and began to speak in a voice that was both soothing and wise. "Beloved disciple, the first key to a restful sleep is the art of letting go. Much like a traveler setting down their heavy load after a long journey, you must release the burdens of your day before lying down. If your mind clings to the anxieties of yesterday or the uncertainties of tomorrow, even the softest bed will feel like a bed of thorns." He paused, allowing the disciple to absorb his words, and then continued, "Consider the flowing river. Its waters do not carry the remnants of the past, nor anticipate the obstacles of the future. They simply move with the present, embracing each moment. So too must your mind flow, free from the debris of worry. To let go, you must first understand the nature of your thoughts. They are not you. They are like passing clouds across the vast sky of your consciousness. Observe them, but do not hold onto them." The Buddha raised his hand gently, gesturing as if releasing something into the air. "Before you sleep, find a quiet moment. Sit still and close your eyes. Reflect on your day, but do so as a witness, not a judge. Acknowledge the events that brought joy and those that brought sorrow. Recognize them for what they are, impermanent. Then, with each breath, imagine placing these thoughts into a basket and setting them down beside you. Tell yourself, 'I have done my best today.' The rest will unfold as it must. When you do this, you free yourself from the chains of what has been and the fears of what might be." The disciple, though still troubled, felt a faint sense of relief as he listened. The Buddha's words seemed to untangle the knot of tension in his chest. He asked, "But Master, what if my worries persist? What if they return even after I try to let them go?" The Buddha smiled gently, the way a parent might reassure a frightened child. "Understand this, my son. Letting go is not an act of finality, but a practice. If a worry arises again, simply acknowledge its presence without resistance. Say to it, 'Ah, you have returned. I see you.' Then breathe deeply and let it pass again. Each time you practice this, the grip of your worries will weaken, and they will visit you less often. The power lies not in forcing them away, but in accepting their transient nature." He continued, "Do not lie down with the weight of the world on your shoulders. Each night is a small death and rebirth. As the sun sets, so too must you allow the day to fade, making room for the healing embrace of the night. Release, and you will find yourself cradled in peace, the disciple left the Buddha's presence that evening with a newfound determination. He began practicing this ritual of letting go before sleep. With time, his nights grew quieter, his dreams gentler, and his mornings brighter. Thus, the Buddha's words remind us of an eternal truth. The secret to restful sleep begins not with the body, but with the mind. When we learn to set down our burdens at the threshold of night, we make space for the restorative powers of true rest. Letting go is not a luxury. It is a necessity, a gift we give ourselves as we prepare to greet the dawn with renewed strength and clarity. 2. Listening to the breath, a gateway to stillness. On another quiet evening in the monastery, the disciple returned to the Buddha, this time with a calmer demeanor. "Master," he said, bowing deeply, "your teachings on letting go have eased my burden. Yet, even as I release my worries, my mind still flutters, leaping from thought to thought like a restless bird. I find it hard to quieten my mind and truly rest. Is there a way to anchor myself in stillness?" The Buddha, with a serene smile, nodded. "Yes, my son. To calm the restless mind, you must turn to your breath. The breath is like the rhythm of the ocean, constant, unbroken, and ever-present. It is the bridge between the body and the mind, a reminder of the present moment. When the mind is chaotic, the breath can be your anchor, guiding you back to tranquility." The disciple listened intently as the Buddha continued, his voice soft yet profound. "Before you lie down to sleep, sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and place your attention on the breath. Do not control it. Simply observe. Feel the air as it enters through your nose, cool and refreshing. Notice it as it flows out warm and soothing. With each breath, let your awareness sink deeper into the present moment." The Buddha paused, watching the disciple's eyes light up with understanding, and then added, "When thoughts arise, and they will do, not resist them. Resistance gives them power. Instead, acknowledge their presence as you would greet a passerby. Say to yourself, 'This is just a thought,' and gently bring your focus back to the breath. Each time you return to the breath, you are training your mind to find peace in the now." The disciple asked, "Master, what if my mind refuses to settle? What if the noise within me grows louder the more I try to focus on my breath?" The Buddha replied, "The mind is like a child who has been left unsupervised for too long. When you first sit with it, it may rebel, demanding attention and distracting you with endless chatter. But do not lose patience. Be kind yet firm, like a parent guiding a child. The breath is your ally, always there to bring you back to the present. In time, the mind will learn to follow its gentle rhythm and find its own stillness." The Buddha then shared a simple practice. Begin with a count. Inhale deeply and count 1. Exhale fully and count 2. Continue this until you reach 10, and then start again from 1. If your mind wanders and you lose count, do not scold yourself. Simply begin again. This practice is not about perfection. It is about presence. With each breath, you will feel yourself sinking deeper into calm, like a leaf floating on a quiet stream. He added, "You may also visualize the breath. Imagine it as a soft light entering your body with each inhale, filling you with warmth and peace. With each exhale, picture this light carrying away any tension or negativity. Let the rhythm of the breath cradle you like a gentle lullaby, preparing you for restful sleep." The disciple tried the practice that very night. As he focused on his breath, he felt his mind gradually quieten, like the surface of a lake becoming still after the wind dies down. Though thoughts continued to arise, he followed the Buddha's advice, acknowledging them without judgment and returning to his breath. Over time, the practice became second nature, and each night he fell into a deep, restful sleep. The next time he visited the Buddha, he bowed deeply and said, "Master, the breath has become my refuge." It calms my mind and prepares my spirit for rest. I feel as though I am carried by its gentle rhythm into a world of peace. Is this the secret you spoke of? The Buddha replied, Yes, my son. The breath is life itself, the thread that connects all moments. When you honor it, you honor the present moment. In this presence, there is no room for regret of the past or worry for the future. The mind becomes like a clear sky, and sleep comes naturally, like a cloud drifting through the heavens. This is the power of mindfulness, bringing stillness to the restless and peace to the weary. The disciple left the Buddha's presence that day with a heart full of gratitude and a mind at ease. He shared the practice with others, spreading the wisdom of mindful breathing. Through this teaching, the Buddha reminds us of a timeless truth. The breath is not merely a function of the body. It is a sacred tool for stillness and healing. By listening to the breath, we learn to quiet the chaos within and prepare our minds and bodies for deep, restorative sleep. In the simplicity of each inhale and exhale lies the secret to peace, a peace that transcends even the boundaries of the night. 3. Creating a sanctuary for the body. After practicing the art of letting go and mindful breathing, the disciple returned to the Buddha once more. This time, his face was brighter, and his voice carried gratitude. Master, he said, your teachings have transformed my nights. I release my worries and follow the rhythm of my breath. Yet, there are times when my body feels restless or uncomfortable, and it disrupts my sleep. Is there a way to create a deeper harmony between my body and my mind? The Buddha, ever compassionate, nodded. Yes, my son. The body is the vessel through which we experience the world. Just as a weary traveler seeks a comfortable shelter, the body too must find a sanctuary to rest deeply. To achieve this harmony, you must care for your physical space and treat your body with reverence. Only then can it become a temple of peace for your sleep. A sacred space for rest, the Buddha began. Your surroundings greatly influence your state of mind. Imagine trying to meditate in a place that is chaotic and cluttered. Would your mind not mirror the disorder around you? The same is true for sleep. Your sleeping space must invite calmness and serenity. He continued, before you lie down, prepare your room as though you were inviting a noble guest. Keep it clean and free of distractions. Let the air be fresh, the lighting gentle, and the bed comfortable. Avoid filling the space with objects that stir your thoughts or emotions. A quiet, uncluttered space reflects a quiet, uncluttered mind. The disciple asked, Master, what if my circumstances prevent me from having a perfect space? What should I do then? The Buddha smiled. Perfection is not the goal, my son. It is the intention that matters. Even a small, simple corner can become a haven if you treat it with care. Place a single flower or light a small lamp as a symbol of peace. These gestures remind the mind and body that this space is for rest and renewal. Honoring the body's needs, the Buddha then spoke of the body itself. Your body is like a loyal companion, carrying you through the journey of life. To rest well, you must honor its needs. Begin by listening to it. If it feels tense, ease the tension. If it feels hungry or thirsty, nourish it. Do not ignore its signals, for they are the language through which it communicates with you. He suggested a simple practice. Before lying down, take a few moments to stretch gently. This releases any physical tension accumulated during the day. Pay special attention to your neck, shoulders, and back, where stress often hides. If your body feels calm, your mind will follow. The disciple nodded, realizing how often he had ignored his body's discomfort in his quest for sleep. Avoid overstimulation before bed. The Buddha continued, just as a fire takes time to cool after burning brightly, the body and mind need time to unwind before sleep. Avoid feeding your senses with overstimulation. Loud sounds, bright lights, and stimulating thoughts are like winds that keep the flame of the mind alive when it should be dimming. He added, as the sun sets, allow your activities to mirror the natural rhythm of the earth. Dim the lights, lower your voice, and engage in calming practices. Avoid consuming substances or information that excite your mind or agitate your body. Instead, read something peaceful, listen to soothing sounds, or reflect quietly on the blessings of the day. A ritual of gratitude. The Buddha then shared a special ritual to close the day. Before you sleep, express gratitude to your body. Place your hands on your chest and say, "Thank you for carrying me through this day. Thank you for allowing me to experience life." This simple act strengthens the bond between your mind and body, filling you with peace as you drift into rest. The disciple asked, "Master, what if my body feels pain or discomfort? How can I find gratitude in such moments?" The Buddha replied, "Pain is a teacher, reminding us of our mortality and the preciousness of each moment. Even in discomfort, there is room for gratitude for the breath that continues to flow, for the heart that beats without rest. Focus on what is still well within you, and you will find peace even amidst the challenges." The transition into sleep. Finally, the Buddha spoke of the act of lying down to sleep. When you lie down, do so with mindfulness. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the bed, supported by the earth. Let each part of your body relax, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Imagine yourself wrapped in a cocoon of warmth and safety, as if the universe itself is cradling you. He added, if you struggle to let go of wakefulness, silently repeat a mantra or prayer that soothes your mind. Words of kindness and love create a gentle vibration that calms the heart. Say to yourself, "I am safe. I am at peace." Sleep will come when it is ready. Trust in the natural rhythm of your body, for it knows the way. The disciple's transformation. The disciple left the Buddha's presence with a newfound respect for his body and surroundings. He began treating his sleeping space as a sacred refuge and practiced gratitude for his body each night. Over time, his sleep grew deeper, and he awoke each morning feeling truly refreshed. When he next returned to the Buddha, he said, "Master, my body now feels like a sanctuary, and my nights are filled with peace. I never realized how much the body and mind depend on each other for rest." The Buddha replied, "The body is the temple, and the mind is the spirit that dwells within. When both are cared for with mindfulness, sleep becomes not just an act of rest, but a form of healing and renewal. Treat your body with kindness, and it will reward you with peace." Through this teaching, the Buddha reminds us of an eternal truth. The path to restful sleep begins with creating harmony between the body, the mind, and the space around us. By treating our surroundings and ourselves with care and reverence, we invite the kind of rest that truly restores us, preparing us to greet each new day with strength and clarity. 4. Practice gratitude. Before closing your eyes, think of 3 good things you experienced during the day. Gratitude is the candle that dispels the darkness within your soul, helping you sleep in peace. Following the Buddha's words, the disciple began practicing this. In a short time, he noticed a profound difference. Each night, he slept with mindfulness and serenity, and every morning, he woke up with a light heart and renewed energy. The Buddha concluded, sleeping with mindfulness is the way to wake up in joy. When your mind aligns with your breath and lets go of all worries, sleep becomes a place of restoration for both body and soul. Goodbye, my friend. I imagine you're sound asleep by now. Wishing you a happy dream and a restful night's sleep. See you tomorrow for another peaceful night. Sweet dreams.